Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. We're back here with the Homestead Box today. It is something that I think everybody could use this time of year because it is gardening season, but this particular box is loaded with what really determines the success of your garden, and that is pollinators. This box today, let's open it up here. Get the packaging out of the way. Let's see, we've got, this box is called the Pollinator Garden box. And it has everything in it that has to do with pollinating your garden. Right off the top of the back box here, I see Hall's Tool. Hall's Tool is amazing with these Pollinator Garden collection. It has all the seeds in here. Let's look at it right quick. See what seeds we got. If I can get them all out of here. Let's look at them here and just see. Okay, we've got Celosia Chief Mix, Celosia Century Mix, Binary Giant Zinnia Mix, Cosmos Mix, Blue Horizon, Teddy Bear Sunflowers, and Autumn Beauty Sunflower Mix. So we have a whole array of different pollinator seeds in this here little metal box that they come, which is fantastic for gardening, and drawing and attracting bees. And we have a book that comes here. This particular book is 100 plants that attract bees and feeds bees. It doesn't only attract them, but it feeds them. And I think this is going to be really great to add to our collection of books, because this will tell us right here when we're doing the landscaping around us, because we like to do a lot of permaculture here. And this will tell us which flowers, which things to put in our permaculture that not only will it attract bees, but it will feed them also. So I think that's going to be a great addition to our library here. 100 plants to feed the bees. I think that's really, really good. Now, something here I hadn't really thought about. This is called a mason jar. There's a mason jar top, but it has chicken wire in it. And it's called a wireflower frog, a chicken wireflower frog. Now, that's a mouthful. I've seen these before. It's been a long time. Mainly back when I was a kid. Teachers would have these mason jars sitting on the counter with these rings around with this wire in them for pencils and stuff like that in them. But these are made for cut flowers. If you like flower arrangements and stuff like that sitting on your table or outside in your outside garden area or something, you can cut your wildflowers, put the water in the jar, screw this lid on there and slide them down through these little chicken wire holes here, and it holds them in place. And it makes a beautiful arrangement, very country. But now, if you're going to be clipping them, inside this comes a Dremel little clipper set. Now this, I think, is fantastic for, they're corrosion resistant, they're stainless steel, non-slip comfort blades, lightweight construction, fine tips. And that's what I like about it. They have a long, skinny tip for reaching up in there like tomato plants and something. If you need to like snip the little shoots out of there and stuff like that without having to have a big old bulky set of snips up in there, these are really fantastic for that, because they got the long, keen points on it out here. It's made to get up in there with. That's what I like about them. Now, that'll be really good to add to our collection of pruning tools that we use in the garden. Now, that's a Dremel, and I think that that's going to be a really good addition to it. Now, we have a Ladybug insect house. Now, this is a new one for me. I saw this little house in there, and I didn't think too much about it. But this is called a Ladybug house. Now, on the back of it here, it has a little thing that you flip up, and you put a screw or a nail in, and you can hang it outside. And ladybugs are supposedly go in this, and they live over winter in it. And I think that's pretty neat. I never actually thought about it. I know in my shop, the ladybugs overwinter in my shop a lot of times, and I did not know that that's what they were actually doing. Now, I do see a little lever on the side here. I don't know what that's for. I guess we're going to learn. Oh well, I don't know what it's for. I'll have to check it out later. It screws in and out. I can see that. We'll figure it out later because I don't know what that's for actually. Anyway, we've got that, and then we have it's called the Monterey Honeybee Attractant. Now, this is the advanced system for increased pollinations for use in orchards, gardens, greenhouses, and nursery. There's 3 powerful lures in here. I'm going to open it up and see what it actually is because I don't have a clue. Oh, it's like a little, it's a little tube. They got these little tubes in this. Let me read about it here first. See what it says. It says, research on honeybee attractants has been conducted for over 40 years. This research developed queen pheromones to attract swarms, alarm pheromones to warn bees, danger, and general attractant pheromones to direct worker bees to sources of food. The honeybee attractant lure attracts bees to increase pollinations and yields of trees and fruits. So, okay, do not touch the lure, use gloves. Okay, so what you do is it gives you these little twisty things here, like twist ties. And you put a pair of gloves on, you open this little pack up, and you run it through. It's got a little hook thing on it there. You run it through it, and you uncap it, and you hang it in your fruit tree. And it attracts bees to the fruit tree. And that I've never seen that, but I think that's, it says it can lure over 200 square feet area. We got to replace it every 2 to 3 weeks, it says. Non-toxic. Do not use non-toxic pesticides with honeybees lures, it says. So this is pretty, it's safe for organic use, no pesticides. So it's pretty neat. I'm learning a lot of stuff about this pollinating stuff this year. We'll probably be using this when our trees begin to pollinate, put flower buds on. I think that's really interesting. This will go into our, I'll show you up close, this will go into our collection of pollinating stuff. Now also along with this comes a A-frame butterfly house. Butterflies have to have a place to overwinter also and to raise in, and that's what this right here is. This is an A-frame butterfly house. It also has a little bracket on the back that you flip up, put a nail in, and hang it. So I see that I did not know about these either. I'm quite impressed that I've learned a lot about this stuff. And let's see, we got one more here, an A-frame bee house. Now I am familiar with this because I have these in my garden. These are for like mason bees and stuff like that. It's easy, it's full of little holes, and these the bees go in there and they lay their little larvae in it and fill it back up until they get all the way to the end, and in the spring they hatch out, they overwinter in this. And I just got the little hook you know on the back of it too. And these come from the Tierra Garden collection. So guys, I think that this box from the Homestead Box, the Pollinator Garden, is a very, well, I guess the way to put it is, you have to have these bees in order for your crops to be successful. Now, you can grow some vegetables, but the seeds inside these vegetables will be no good because they did not pollinate. And you'll end up with a bunch of sterile seeds. Now, even though I do believe there's a movement in this country to do away with the pollination, to kind of make it harder for things to be pollinated. I think if people like homesteading people would put this kind of stuff out on their places, and they would attract more pollinators, we would have a better collection of seeds. Because I know here on my homestead alone, probably half of my seeds, I go through all my seeds, and probably half of them I find have not pollinated, and I have to just throw them away. And that's pretty sad. And when used to, there was so many bees everywhere that everything was pollinated. But this right here is going to be helping us to get back on track here at our homestead, because we're going to put these things out, and we're going to, as a matter of fact, we've done planted some of the flowers already out of here to begin to get them up as pollinators in our candy corn garden over here. I believe is where we want to put them at. And it's we're going to see how that works with her garden as far as bringing in pollinators later in the season. But guys, another good box from the Homestead Box. Go check them out. thehomesteadbox.com. They have 2 different size boxes that you can purchase from them. You've got the you can get a vintage box. You can get the classic upgrade box. You get the pioneer upgrade box. I mean, there's just different ways that they can go. A lot of times, older boxes, if you like one you've seen in the past, you can go back and check, and they may have them on sale for individuals. You know, that's not still available. They may still have some of those, I guess is what I'm trying to say, that's not available anymore, that just didn't sell, and they're left behind, and they would be more than happy to sell those to you, I'm sure. So we're going to jump off of here, go check out the Homestead Box, and if you like what you've seen, get you one where you can get your bees back to pollinating your garden. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.